some of the best players returning for 2017 in college football. I've done a lot of segues. That's probably the worst one I've ever done. It's early Heisman Trophy favorites heading into next year. Brady, who stands out to you?
Look, there's a number of guys. I think you could throw out Sam Darnold as number one based off his Rose Bowl performance. I mean, he was the guy that really brought his team back in the end. He was the difference maker for USC this year. I mean, who knows how the season would have been had they started off with him as the starting quarterback to begin the season instead of Max Brown. And he's only a redshirt freshman. That's the most ridiculous thing is he's going to be around for a while. He could win it next year. He could actually be the first guy to win it back-to-back years. Who knows? Saquon Barkley, he was the other star of that game. I think you saw him rushing this year. You're going to see a lot more of him next year as well. And even though, you know, he's a household name, everyone knows about him, James Franklin's still going to want to run the football, especially Jordan Moorhead, their offensive coordinator, with the job he's done feeding him the rock. And then Baker Mayfield, he's in a system that allows him to put up stats that are easily going to be able to compete for the Heisman Trophy. And, you know, look, even though Samaje Perine's gone, Joe Mixon, we still have yet to see what's going to happen with him. They're going to have guys to be able to step up in that system. He's going to put up a lot of numbers.
Conspicuous by his absence in your rankings, Brady, the reigning Heisman Trophy winner, Lamar Jackson.
It's hard to win it, you know, 2 times in a row. I mean, you got a bullseye on your back. Everyone knows about it. It's only happened once with Archie Griffin, so there's a reason for that. As good as he was this year, tailed off towards the end. I don't know that he wins it 2 years in a row.
You know what? I feel like you got to automatically put him in there from what he did
oh, no doubt.
this year. But looking at my list, I agree with you when it comes to Sam Darnold. And watching him in that game the other night versus Penn State, the thing that stood out to me wasn't his actual talent, his arm strength, but it was his confidence.
Yeah.
So when you get a guy that's very confident and then they actually have the ability, the sky's the limit, for him to be just a true freshman, for him to play the way that he did, I really think that he really is a front runner. I'm going with Jake Browning. You know, even though John Ross is leaving, he still has Myles Gaskin. He still has Dante Pettis. And so they're going to bring back about 3 or 4 offensive linemen. He's going to put up great numbers again, but I'm throwing Lamar Jackson in there. He's been the best college player that I've seen in years, and I think he'll at least make it to New York, maybe not be able to win it because he's going to have to outdo what he did this year, which was scoring over 51 touchdowns, which is going to be tough to do.
No defensive players? I mean, Jabril Peppers hasn't, you know, he hasn't announced that score yet.
I felt like he spread himself too thin, and he didn't really have that stat that jumped out.
And he'll probably
at
declare.
any position. He's definitely going to declare.
I think that had something to do with
if there's a junior or a guy that's going early and is going to declare, Jabril Peppers is the one.
All right, guys, we all have Sam Darnold, but I've got a couple other names. Where is Jalen Hurts? You've got to think that especially if Alabama takes care of business on Monday night against Clemson, then Jalen Hurts, a player who has so much room for improvement when it comes to the passing attack. He's already proven himself to be a dangerous runner. I think as he continues to grow, as he becomes more of a potent offensive weapon, we will see him rise in the Heisman rankings. Sam Darnold, y'all already said it all. Just fantastic performance throughout the season and then especially in the Rose Bowl. He throws guys open, and it is only going to be more fun as USC continues to reload with the next crop of great wide receivers. And then finally, I'm going with DeAndre Francois. I think that next season is going to be a big year for Florida State. I like the way that they responded after a couple disappointing losses early. They really came back, did a good job of closing in the season, and I think that DeAndre Francois, like Jalen Hurts, somebody who was thrown into the fire early and improved over time, I think that with another season, with a few of those weapons back, yes, even with Dalvin Cook gone, I think we're going to see DeAndre Francois emerge, so I've got him as a guy to watch. I like Lamar Jackson as someone to maybe be a finalist, like y'all mentioned earlier, but if we're talking about winning the Stiff Arm Trophy, then I don't think he's going to be able to be the next Archie Griffin.